Hiya, folks. How you doing? I've been having problems getting on this thing to do it. So, hey, hi there. My name's Miss Majick1 on Instagram. Just Miss Majick here. I'm 57 years old, and I love cannabis. I've been using cannabis in its many forms since I was maybe around 9 or 10 years old. And I use it medicinally. At least that's what I think. It's a thin line between medicinal and social, I believe, but I've been fighting to use it medicinally for years and years and years, and now I do. I use it every day, all day. I get up in the morning, I have my first bit of cannabis, and I finish it in the evening. It helps me sleep. It takes away my pain. It helps me with my PTSD, which is the main reason I use it. I used to have anorexia pretty badly, suffering from severe anxiety, no sleep, that stuff can kill you, man. It just makes everything go nuts. My PTSD was mostly caused from being raised in care and being in many, many different homes in my lifetime. My belief system says that I was born on pills. Every time, my mother was an extremely sick lady, and every time she got pregnant, she ended up in the mental institute. Now back then, I'm pretty darn sure they never took you off your medication. So that was my introduction to mind mood altering medications. When I was about 6 years old, I was given back to my mother and my father and was put on psychiatric medications. When I was 8 years old, I had my first withdrawals off of Valium and whatnot. I don't know what all I was on for medications. My brother says I was catching up to my mother's for as many pills, so I do not know. I was institutionalized for a few years when I was 8 years old, and they took me off of all medications, and I had my first withdrawals there. They told me I was full of shit, but they sure were giving me vitamins to help me calm down. So that's okay, So I came off of everything, and then I found huffing, unfortunately. I found, back then in the day, if you bought an airplane model or if you bought nail polish remover, it had the active ingredients in it to get you high, and that's what I was doing. Not for a long time, I don't think. Got busted, and that took care of that. And then when I was in about grade 6-ish, I found cannabis. And that was it for me, man. From then on, I was off and on cannabis for the rest of my life, I guess you could say. But also had a lot of freaking mental health problems. A lot of them, bopping in and out of mental institutes and just having problems, right? And they all kind of led me to believe that cannabis was a large part of that problem. So for 10 years or so, I did my damnedest to be away from the devil weed. Devil's lettuce, man. And I managed to make it to almost 3 years clean. After 10 years of trying, and every 30, 60, 90 days, either going back to cannabis or ending up back on psychiatric medication. Sucks, man. Just totally fucking sucked. And fighting all the time, just trying to be happy and be well and have what I see the people around me having. So in the 90s, while I was a student at Camosun College, I decided, conscious decision, slip, sobriety lost its priority. That wasn't exactly it. It was, let's see if this will fucking work for me this time. I went back on cannabis. I did it on purpose. I knew very well what the hell I was doing. And I said to myself, if my grades go down, I'm off of this shit forever. Won't think about it again. That's it. If my grades stay the same, well, then I'm not too sure what's up. However, I was shocked. My grades went up. I was more relaxed, And I said, fuck it. NA, I'm sorry. You gave me a lot of tools I'm able to use, but I'm using cannabis because it is good for me. Not necessarily for you, but for me. So that was back then. I've been using pretty regularly since. A few tolerance breaks, a few breaks here and there. I went away for 40 days, didn't touch anything. After 10 years of using cannabis fairly steadily, I had most of my mental disorders taken off my chart. So I had mood disorder taken off of my chart. I have not had to use psychiatric medications, and life's been pretty good. I've been able to turn things around. I've been able to be social, something I was never able to do before. I've been able to have friends and develop friendship and enjoy people's companies without being all freaked out and thinking that I was bad and rotten and terrible, and if they only knew, oh my God, and without thinking that everyone that I get to know is just going to fucking get to know me and then hurt me in one way or another. So, you know, my life has changed, and now I have a canna family. I belong to a community, and a really freaking strong community too. Now, it's a community that a lot of us are misfits and people who have been outside of community, marginal people. Why? Because it's marginal to feel too much. Because it's marginal when you're hurt and you react to it. Because you're marginal if you're female, you're marginal if you're fucking gay, you're marginal if you're this, you're marginal if you're that. So I'm one of those marginal people. But I just want to freaking change the world. I'm sick and tired of cannabis being given such a bad rap, man. It helps people. Doesn't help everyone, but it helps people. And it helped me, you know. And so I'm out to change the world, man. One high five, one smile, one hug at a time, one puff at a time. And I'm just, thank you for joining me on my journey. I hope to make a few more of these. I've got some questions that want to be answered, maybe more specifics about my PTSD. I don't know. If you got something you want me to talk about, leave it in the comments. And I am going to do my best to be a little bit more regular with this, but I find it a bit scary and a bit daunting. So I'm not going to look at this again. I'm just going to post it, and I hope you all enjoy it. Go out and freaking be the best you know how, right? It's all we have is right now. There's nothing else is guaranteed. Let people you know, people that you know that you care about, let them know you care about. You know, do good in the world. Practice good deeds. You only keep what you have by giving it away. So go out, live in abundance, be fruitful, and share whatever the heck you got, even if it's just a smile. So, no one's told you yet today, let me be the first. I love you. I think you're awesome. Go out and just do wondrous things. Peace, love, and brightest of bright blessings to you all. And thank you for tuning in.